In 1998, Rodney Reed was convicted of a murder that he's always maintained he was innocent of, and he's been on death row for over 2 decades. But despite all of this new evidence that has come forward, he still was scheduled to be executed by the state of Texas. The courts really just didn't care. In the litigation department, our goals are always the same: to get innocent people out of prison, as many people as we possibly can. We currently represent 200 people who have claims of innocence that are incarcerated throughout the country. We get hundreds of letters each month from people, new people that we've never heard from before, saying, "I'm innocent. Can you help me?" At the Innocence Project's inception, we were really reliant on traditional media. But with the tools that we're able to have now, the difference that we can make on individual cases is exponentially greater. Oftentimes the public doesn't know what to do. They might hear about a case, but how do you get involved? How does one person make a difference? And Phone to Action has been a resource that has allowed us to reach out to the public, to get people involved, and to do something, with the information that they're receiving. And that's unprecedented. We really couldn't reach people before like that.
I expected that we would have, an uptick in grassroots engagement. I didn't expect it to be as large as it was. You hear about rates of return being like 10%, maybe 1 of 10 people are gonna make a phone call when you ask them to. We've been blown away by our audience. They have really just taken this on in huge numbers. This is how democracy is supposed to operate. I really attribute a huge part of our success to the tool that we used. As advocates, we can only do so much, right? We can make compelling arguments, we can provide data, but without those stories and without hearing from actual people, oftentimes there's very little change.
So what we saw in the end was 40,000 Texans made nearly 8,000 phone calls or contacts with Governor Abbott and with the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles. In one call, you can be saying, "Please, Governor Abbott, please spare Rodney his life. He has claims of innocence and he deserves a chance." That played an invaluable role. It was still miraculous on the 15th when we got the news. Rodney Reed's life was spared, and it couldn't have been done without our community, without Phone to Action, without lawmakers who spoke up. Nothing is more powerful than millions of people coming together to save one person's life. We did have the resources to come together for Rodney Reed and set an example that it is possible to stop executions, which I think is one of the most powerful things we can prove in the legal system.